All right, the partisan January 6th Select Committee giving itself a pat on the back in its final hearing today after nearly 18 months, 10 hearings, and over 1,000 interviews. They failed to get to the bottom of the massive security failures that day and why House Speakers Nancy Pelosi's sergeant-at-arms didn't call in additional security. But of course, the criminal referrals are out against Trump, and they are historic. Joining me now to break them down is former acting U.S. Attorney Matt Whitaker. Matt, good to see you.
Hey, Sean.
So I want to break these down with real quick in each one because this is what you do, and I'm not an attorney, as I've said before. But again, this is not whether you like Trump or not. The question is the law clear on this? So the first one was obstructing an official proceeding. Donald Trump was on the Mall. He gave a speech. How do they come to the conclusion that he, who was a mile away, obstructed an official proceeding?
I don't think they can. I mean, this is an amazing moment in American history, mostly for how stupid these members of Congress have demonstrated themselves. So, I mean, obviously, there's no evidence that he did this or meets the legal criteria to be charged with it.
All right. Then the next one was conspiracy to defraud the government. Are they claiming that he was going to profit for something? I mean, like, what is the underlying law with respect to defrauding the government that they would be accusing him of?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's dangerous for you or I to get in the heads of these folks because, as you know, they're all Trump haters and they see the world and their worldview is much different, at least from mine and I'm sure yours as well, because we have to bring logic, reason, common sense, and facts to bear, and they don't appear to be required to do any of those things.
Right. And I just want to make sure I'm saying this for the viewers correctly. Like, these are them just suggesting things to the Department of Justice, which frankly already has a special counsel looking into this. Not like they needed these guys to do this. But then they get into this one that I thought was interesting, making a false statement and inciting, assisting, or aiding and comforting an insurrection. So two things. One, wouldn't he have to have been like under oath? I mean, people say things all the time, either online or in person, or make statements and speeches. And frankly, so do all these members of Congress. And if you're going to hold them accountable for things that they said, I would think that without being under oath, that would be a problem. And then second, what I would ask you is, no one that I'm aware of that was involved in January 6th was actually ever charged with being part of an insurrection, right? So legally speaking, how do you charge him with inciting an insurrection where no one's actually been charged for an insurrection?
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, DOJ is going to say, thank you very much for your referral. They're going to put it over there. To your first point, Jack Smith already has a special counsel investigation looking at President Trump's participation or involvement in January 6th. So this isn't going to go anywhere. To the broader picture, the Department of Justice has actually looked at this issue of insurrection as it relates to the 800 people they've charged, and they have not charged insurrection. In fact, in the cases, the conspiracy to commit sedition or seditious acts, they have been fairly explicit that these people just used the Trump speech in that day as a pretext to do what they had already planned to do, separate and distinct. And Donald Trump wasn't even an unindicted co-conspirator. And so, Sean, this referral is pure politics, and unfortunately, it's power politics, where they're trying to create a narrative. They're trying to make it sound like Donald Trump did things, but they don't have the burden of proof. They don't have to prove anything. They just make these allegations and repeat the facts over and over and over and hope that a complicit media will just regurgitate talking points. But this is a shame, and we've talked about it before. Beware of when this comes back around against Democrats.
That a good point there. I do want to bring up, they also made referral about Kevin McCarthy and a couple of the other members, Jim Banks and others, sent them to the Ethics Committee saying that they defied their subpoenas. Here's my question for you. When Republicans take control next year and they start issuing subpoenas, do you think that Democrats, from a legal standpoint, will be on a strong ground to say, well, Republicans didn't comply with committee subpoenas, neither should we now?
Yeah, and you just pointed out the entire nihilism of what Congress does in these examples. This extra constitutional referral where, they're not charged with charging crimes. The executive branch has the police power through the Constitution. But, you're going to see subpoenas issued from Republican committee chairs to their Democrat colleagues. They're not going to respond. They're going to, then refer them to. I mean, again, it is not going anywhere. It's not solving the issues that are facing the American people, Sean. And I know you are as frustrated as I, and I'm sure your viewers are so frustrated that this is how this Congress concludes their last session, is having this ridiculous show trial come to a referral, for criminal charges, which the Department of Justice is going to yawn at.
It's amazing. Matt, I got 20 seconds. Let me just ask you, the House Ways and Means Committee led by Democrats is apparently going to vote on whether to release Donald Trump's taxes on tomorrow. Is this a problem? I mean, is this set a very bad precedent that they can just take someone's taxes and then vote to release them to the public?
It does, because this, every private citizen should be concerned that their tax returns are going to be out on the street. And we're seeing, some investment people that's happened to, not through Congress, but otherwise. And so, yeah, this is a weaponization of tax returns, and it could apply to all American citizens now.
I agree. I think it's shocking that no one's outraged about this. Matt Whitaker, always love having you on and breaking down these legal things. So thank you for that.
All right. Good to see you, Sean. Thank you.